Well, trying to decide which set to start working on first, so I thought, why not start with the very first set that Lego put out of Lego Star Wars. So this is set number 7140, the X-Wing Fighter, and this came out in 1999, and this is the 1999 version. It's not the re-release version that came out later. It's got the box, and I think all the pieces are here, and it's even got like one of the inside advertisement papers, pamphlets, but it doesn't actually have the instructions, so that's kind of a bummer. But so here it is. This is how I got it. Pretty much, looking pretty complete. Um, no landing gear on it, and it didn't have the wing antenna pieces. But I've been looking through the boxes, and I'm pretty sure I have everything. So I just gotta find all that. I had previously found the front landing gear piece. So now, as far as I know, I just need the rear landing gear piece, and that's it right there. That's easy enough. And then I had kind of sorted this earlier and found the laser cannons for those, but one of them is missing the gray cone on it, so missing that. And then this landing gear is like for the rear, and then there's like a 1x3 gray plate that goes on each end, so they're like skids or something. And I did not see that in here, so it's this one. Oh yeah, okay, so there's one of them, and I don't know. I'll see if I can find the other one. Okay, so all the parts that aren't on it currently. Let's see, I'm going to set aside the landing gear for now because I couldn't find that extra 1x3 plate. And I will put the laser cannons on though. I think that'll look a lot better. So, right. And that one with the missing cone, I'll just put on the side. Okay, cool. That's looking better. All right. So, this set came with 4 minifigures. Oh, and it is a 263 piece set. So, and get this. So, in 1999, when this set came out, it was only $30, $29.99. It's crazy. Inflation is something. So, let's see. And what's it worth now? Oh, I didn't write it down, but I think they must have made a lot of them because I think it's worth like, I don't know, 100. I can't remember. But whatever. It's not one of the most valuable sets, but and let's see. So it did come with 4 minifigures. So obviously Luke, and he's wearing his rebel pilot gear. And then it also came with Biggs. And I thought that was kind of interesting, like 2 pilots, because obviously only one ship. But I don't know, maybe it's like kind of a little Star Wars Easter egg, because Biggs is Luke's like friend from Tatooine when they grew up, and I don't know, they threw him in there just to kind of complete the set. For some reason, Biggs came with a tank on, an air tank, but that's not part of the set, so I'll take that off. There we go. Better. I kind of like his helmet. It's really cool. It's kind of, I mean, Luke's is cool too. It's got the rebel icon on there, but I don't know, Biggs is kind of cool. Anyway, and you can see they have the same torso. So basically the same legs, torso, different head, and different helmet. And then can't have the X-Wing without R2-D2. And then it also came with a Rebel Technician. So this Rebel Technician looks kind of familiar to me, right? Because he's a totally recycled pirate head. Now, you can see, like, Luke, he's got, like, well, actually, I don't know. I don't know when they first used this head, actually, but it fits the character, right? And then Biggs, that fits him too, because if you know the character from the movie, he's got a mustache. That's what he looks like. But this poor technician, they couldn't come up with something different for this guy. They had to recycle the old pirate head. Anyway. Oh yeah, you can see Biggs. That's an old recycled head too, but anyway, it does fit him. So, when I was getting into this, I was thinking, this is the first Star Wars set that they released, not probably the first they designed, but it was the first they released. And obviously, Luke is the main character in the movie, so I figured, he's probably going to be one of the first minifigures they made, right? But he's not. So Luke is minifigure, what is he again? SW0019. So that's kind of high up the list for the main character. And so naturally when I saw that, when I was looking all this stuff up on Bricklink, trying to, just get to know this set, I was kind of surprised that Luke was 19. So that got me thinking, like, what character is minifigure number 1? And I was kind of surprised. So I think this is kind of cool. I mean, maybe it's obvious, but if you're Lego and you're thinking, Star Wars sends you over all the, images and some content so you can, get to know what the new movies are going to be, who the characters are going to be. And of course, Luke's going to be there and some of the other characters, and thinking about, like, what's the first character that Lego is going to have to design, and how challenging is it going to be? Is it going to be some new design or something? Well, like, Luke is super basic. He's like any other minifigure that's come out. He's got regular legs, regular torso, regular head, so no problem. So if you're Lego, you're wondering which new character is going to be the hardest for us to design, which one is going to actually take some effort and some time to design. So, any guesses? You might be thinking Chewbacca or Jar Jar. Well, especially Chewbacca. I mean, he's regular torso, regular legs, and he's got this, like, really fancy molded head, but that's not really that much different for Lego. They've been making guys like this, basically really similar molding. The inside is the same, pretty much. It's a little different, but it's just kind of fancy molding on the outside. It's not really that much different design-wise. I mean, technically, like, how are we going to make this? It's basically just another cap that you put on a minifigure body. And kind of same with Jar Jar. He does have, like, a really special head, so, like, I'm sure that was a little tricky to figure out. But anyway, so I'll cut to the chase. Minifigure SW0001 is the battle droid, because this is totally unique for Lego. It's not like any other minifigure. They had to, like, kind of design it. Of course, they wanted it to look just like it does in the movies. And I'm sure somebody was like, oh, let's just take a regular minifigure and print a battle droid on it. But that would have been awful and looked terrible. So yeah, this guy, these are totally cool and really unique, and it just totally makes the Star Wars series work really well in Lego. So, but I'm sure they had to take the time to design all these new parts and everything. So that is why the battle droid is Star Wars minifigure number 1. one more thing I wanted to say. So Lego goes to the trouble of making this new battle droid, all new parts, really, detailed. All the pieces move. They really went all out, right? It's perfect. So, in the movies, the battle droids are always running around with their blasters, right? So what does Lego do? They give him a megaphone blaster. That is so bizarre. I don't really know why. I haven't really heard why they did that, but it wasn't till a few years later that they actually gave them the first blaster that we would recognize now. So I don't know, really bizarre. Well, I guess I've decided I am going to take this all apart. I'll be able to clean, some of these really dusty pieces. Oh man, these engines fall off really easy. They really need a Technic pin to hold them in. It would be way stronger. They keep falling off. But anyway, so I've decided, I guess I'm going to take this all apart, clean it, and besides, I don't want to just stick this on the shelf and forget about it. I want to, have the fun of putting it together myself. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, and done. There it is. So that's all the pieces, minus those couple things I was missing. I was missing one light gray cone and that one 1x3 plate for the landing gear, and I think that was it. Am I forgetting now? Well, anyway, I'm sure I'll find it. I know I have in my own parts, I have some that I could use, but I'm just super OCD about trying to find the ones that came with it. So we'll see. All 263 pieces and all clean now. So I kind of wiped everything down. I didn't soap and water everything because I just feel like it takes forever to dry. And but yeah, I just cleaned it all with a washcloth and a little duster and everything. So it's all set to go. I just wanted to real quick point out a couple somewhat unique pieces. And I've got a brighter light on for this. Just wanted to show you real quick, So we got the cockpit computer with that trench scene. That's obviously unique to Star Wars, and it's on 18 different sets. Yeah, 18 different sets. And then the windscreen, it's on a lot of different sets. It's 21 different sets, but it is unique to Star Wars, and I think it's just kind of cool because it's got the heat marks on it, and that's, I don't know, just kind of cool. Nice touch. And then what else? This tile with the Rebel symbol on it. That's only on 9 different sets, and most of them are X-Wing sets, or some of the earlier sets. And then there was one more thing. Oh, there it is. So it's the nose piece, and so this is only on 2 different sets, but they're both the X-Wing sets. So just this one first X-Wing, and then the re-release. So essentially, this only comes on one build, basically. So, and again, it's got the printed marks and the heat marks on the nose. So just kind of cool, somewhat unique. So I didn't take apart everything. I still have these hinge pieces together because I was really worried about taking those apart and breaking the little pieces there. So I left them together. They're kind of old and didn't want to break those. So now I'm gonna put it all back together. Okay, here it is, all done. Cleaned up, reassembled. I actually found that when I received it, it was partially assembled and there was a few errors in it actually, so I got it kind of put together correctly. And it was a lot of fun, Star Wars, Lego, doesn't get any better than that. It's really cool that these wings have the hinged pieces that'll lock in place, but it is kind of scary to move these old pieces. I'm just really afraid it's going to break. So, but anyway, it's seems to be working okay. Ooh, there we go. If you didn't notice while I was assembling it, there's like this hatch back here, so you got the lightsaber in there. And then there's also this hatch up here too. And I was thinking it would have been really nice if they had this red stripe continue. I'm not sure why it isn't. It would have been easy to have this 1x4 tile red, but maybe maybe on the other side it wouldn't have worked out because it's this hinge piece and the red teeth would have looked weird. So I guess they had to kind of compromise there. But man, all in all, this is a really cool model. I would have loved to have it when I was a kid, so it's really awesome to have it now. I'm going to cut in some still photos, and then all these original Lego Star Wars sets, they had comics at the end of the instructions, so I'm going to cut in some of those still photos too. And what they've done with these comics is kind of give you a play story, and then they incorporate the alternate builds. So they have those numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the comics that correspond with the alternate builds. And check out the lightsaber. That's like my favorite one. That's really cool.